What's good, everybody? My name is Keeynote, producer based out of Chicago right now, from back east in Connecticut, originally from Virginia. I bounced around a lot. Got a taste of the South, taste of the Midwest, taste of the East, and everything. Grew up with a really good family, man. Actually, surprisingly enough, I didn't grow up with a very musical family or musical background, so that kind of came along later. But my foundation for how I grew up, my parents and everything always fostered. A very great sense of creativity. They wanted me to be creative and to be able to express myself, even though they themselves really weren't into, say, music or art at the time. And they were always just very supportive of me. So, I bounced around, tried a bunch of different things. I tried art first with sketching and things of that nature. I tried sports like most cats do. And then I got into music, and music is what gravitated towards me the most. So I would say, them allowing me to be able to express myself in an honest way is what opened the door for me to progress to where I've gotten today. Basically, in terms of music, in terms of sound, I was always intrigued by the way that movie scores are actually put together. So I look at a John Williams, you even look at a Curtis Mayfield, like that, how they kind of anchor the emotion, of feelings and of stories and of narratives and things like that. And it used to be like that in music. So, I grew up listening to Isaac Hayes and people like that who use music as an emotional anchor. And I think that's kind of sorely lacking right now. So what my influences are, they come from people like George Lucas and John Williams when they collaborated together and brought together a total package and a vision of emotion. Now, from the musical standpoint, like I said, people Curtis Mayfield, Isaac Hayes. More contemporary people that got me into the field, though, was I grew up on P-Rock, I grew up on Jay Dilla, I grew up on Premier, Gangstar, all that. So, the hard edge beats, things that you could relate to, that aggression, that energy that you have as a youth, really wasn't expressed as potently as in anything else except for hip hop. So hip hop is kind of like that vessel for young people where they can just be straightforward and honest, and that music helps support that. And it's that emotional undercurrent that you get. Sometimes it's just, you have people snapping and everything, but the origin of hip hop, is basically what got me into it, what drew me immediately into it, because it was honesty. And you don't get too much honesty, whether it be media or, any type of outlet right now. Basically, you're kind of controlled and you're kind of forced into a particular thing. But when I was growing up, it wasn't necessarily like that. So you had your Pete Rocks, your Tribe Called Quest, and people like that who could honestly express themselves. So people like that, Rakim got me. Rakim, I would say, would be the first hip hop artist who really made me want to pursue music professionally. And then as it got in, Bomb Squad was the first hip hop production group that got me into wanting to be able to produce hip hop music. And now I'm branching out, pop, R&B, but hip hop right now is still my main epicenter. And that's because of the way I grew up and the way that I related to the music. What I want to be able to bring to the game is pulse music. So music that you can feel, music that really resonates with you and is going to stick with you as you age and progress. And I want to be able to make music with artists who are willing to progress and evolve with people, because that really doesn't happen anymore with the market. And what I also want to be able to do and bring different to the game in terms of longevity and maturity, I also want to be able to bring that thematic sense of an experience back. That's sorely lacking right now in the music game. Everything is kind of cut and dry. You're in and out. You do this and that. You got your short little run. People aren't willing to give you a full-on experience that could really change your life or inspire you. And I got into music because of inspiration. And if you're lacking that inspiration, or if you're faking it and going through the motions and everything, it's not going to work out for you. And you can tell the people are looking for something new. People are looking for something honest. People are looking for something exciting. And I think I'll be able to culminate, my entire career by being able to cap it off and say that I did all those things by the time I'm done.